Hopefully. But I think it's more fun if I let chat decide a little bit as well. And if chat is not clear, I will just answer myself, but I think it's best. This is a little bit mid to deep stacked. We're never super short. We have 40 big blinds here, as you can see. Should we defend queen deuce offsuit if the small blind opens 3.5? This is not a super clear answer, I think. Yo, Charlie Cash. What a nice thing to stream GTO trading. Yeah, I hope it will attract some new viewers, maybe. You know, I do variety now. Right? I do poker games, MTTs, cash games, study. I do everything. You don't have to give the whole range. You just want to know what to do with this hand. But we can check the range if you want. I think it's close. George says call. I think you will be surprised how loose you can call here. But that depends on how loose the small blind is, right? This is the GTO answer. If the small blind raises GTO. But in game, your opponents will not be as loose as GTO. So in game, I might fold this as an exploit. But I think it's a call in GTO. I might be wrong though. Josh says call. Itante and Pilatus say fold. You want to get your guess in, be quick, because I will click call in a second. I think it's a call. It's one of the worst hands. I think it's like Jack's 6 offsuit or something. Queen deuce suited, Queen deuce offsuit. All right. I'm wrong. Good job, chat. Now we have to play post as well, by the way. Oh, this is because I called. This is not a GTO spot we can really learn from. On this board, we just fold anyway. So now we could analyze every spot, or we can just play on. I think we play on first, right? We can always check some stuff later. Let's just play on. I think that's much more fun. Okay, this is an easy one. I don't think we're gonna stay here too long. We're gonna just fold the 3 deuce. If it's super clear, I will not wait for chat, okay? Ooh, the party is here as well. Always a party in my stream, even if it's a serious poker stream. Jack 5 offsuit, it gets under the gun, easy fold. Well done. It's okay. It's easy sometimes, right? It gives a good feeling. Gives a good feeling about our game. You can also select a hand ranges, by the way. If you don't want to get all these bad hands all the time, you can select I want to only play this range, or or close spots or something like that. So you can do that. I think this is a fold. Ace 4 offsuit to the cutoff hijack. I think it's close. I think we might play every ace against the cutoff. But and I would 3-bet this from the small blind sometimes, but I would never 3-bet something like this on the button. I'm pretty sure this is fold. People might be disagreeing here. We have a call and a raise and a fold. Awesome. The stream, why is everything doing weird shit here? My stream deck is broken. I think it's a fold. Let's check what it is. Yep. It's a fold. We will look at some specific ranges later. Yeah, this is GTO Wizard Harm, and it's not ICM training, so it will give everybody the same stack here. Effectively, there will not be a big difference, right? If everybody has 60, 60, 80, 80, 90, right? I mean, your play wouldn't change that much. Queen 8 offsuit here, button versus low jack. I'm pretty sure this is also a fold. F in chat. Yep. Do you guys want to see the ranges after every hand? We can do that, but I don't know if that's more fun. You can see what the lowest hand would be. I'm willing to show it. You mean we do this together, you know? Another easy fold here, Jack 4 offsuit. Yeah, I think poker is an awesome game, chat, and we gotta go through the grind and do this work, you know, to get better. I mean, yeah, we can change the settings to get better hands, Yitante. But it's easy to play this. It's a good feeling. I get a good feeling. Yeah, 4-3 off. It's a lot of weekends. So maybe we should suggest some other ranges here, but make it a little harder for us. But this trainer is still in beta. They're still developing this. I'm also watching their Discord. They're updating stuff every week. This is fun. I think we play every suited ace in this position, and I think I'd mostly call here. It's probably mixed. It probably has a small percentage of 3-bets. But yeah, certainly will be fine to call here. Yeah, we need to close spots. I agree, Tante. I will check in the settings. Yeah, I think 3-bets a small percentage of the time here is fine. But I think we 3-bet way more against cutoff and hijack, right? This is low jack, but it's still a pretty decently strong range, right? So I prefer to call here probably. 100%. We never 3-bet. We never 3-bet. Oh, we play, by the way. We're gonna play this hand. The low jack doesn't see bet. I don't think we ever bet here. Maybe with the spade. If I had an ace of spades, maybe. But... Oh, 38% check. So that means the bot prefers betting. That's very interesting. They check again. So I almost never turn my ace highs into bluffs. But ace deuce, you know, we can make him fold so much better ace highs, right? We can make him fold all ace 8, ace 9 and stuff. Yeah, yeah. If I had the spade, I would have bet a little bit more often as well. But GTO disagrees, right? GTO bets that flop. What do we do here? I mean, we have lots of queen x and 10x in our range. I think, I mean, the low jack still has the better aces and kings and ace queen. Like he's had two more overpairs, but the range advantage is not that big for him. Maybe we could bluff here. It's a pretty wet board. I think I might like to bluff a bit bigger. Yo, you're broken. Good evening. It's hard to play these spots well, Tante. That's why we try to learn, right? I think if we go for a bluff here, we go large. Because it's too easy for him to just stick around with his ace king, ace jack, ace, you know, pocket pairs if we bet small. So if we bluff here, I think it's going to be a big bet. I'm going to go for 83%. Oh, no. It looks awesome because it's sometimes chosen by the bot, but only 6% of the time. So it's not great. Not the most chosen option. Good evening, Yo-Yo. We're playing some GTO Wizard for the first 2 hours of the stream. Or a little bit less maybe, depending on how long it's fun. And we'll play some games later. I'm gonna give up here. If they call the turn as pre-flop raiser, I'm gonna give up the bluff here, I think. I'm just gonna check back here. We can win some showdowns. Not super likely though. All in! I don't think checking is sus. I don't think he's trapping us. But he could trap me as well with like jacks and also call me, right? They probably have a pretty good hand that can showdown. They probably have jacks or ace jack or ace 10, pocket 9s. All these hands will not fall to a bluff. Yeah, we can try to bluff away our GTO opponent, but I'm trying to learn what's best here, not what's most fun. I'm gonna check back, sorry. That's wrong. We should bluff there. Awesome. We have to look at that spot. Yeah, you were right. We have to look at that. I'm trying to find the solution here, chat. There it is. I need to zoom in for this. Zoom out. Yeah. So, the river, we should bluff 100% of the time. We should bet large. Who said pot bet? Bailey, you are GTO bot confirmed. You're now a GTO bot. We are supposed to bet large here on the river with ace deuce. Apparently. Maybe this is not interesting to look at. Maybe that answer is just good enough. Next hand. Well, I'm happy with my zoom function there. Yeah, well done, well done. Another big blind versus small blind. Well, we play this hand, chat. Do we 3-bet or call here? Do we 3-bet or call? Chat, what do you think? What are you going for? 50 big blinds, blind versus blind. You can also go all in for 50, but I don't think that's my favorite option. Yeah, there will be a marble race in 10 minutes, algorithm. The first race of today. It will count for the leaderboards. 3-bet 100. Yeah, you mean 9 blinds or 10 blinds, right? I think I prefer 3-betting as well. I think I prefer to call with ace-jack suited here. And a lot of suited aces. Big hand like king queen off, king jack off. I play on GT Poker myself, Charlie. I play mainly on GT Poker, 99%. Oh, raise is only 9% here. Interesting. Interesting. But as played, I'm gonna c-bet this board. Middle pair, top kicker is pretty strong heads up. We can get called by worse. We have a good hand. Sizing very difficult. I wish I could play poker. I'm leaning towards a large sizing here. It's wrong. Yeah, let's check that as well for a quick moment. Let's check that a quick moment. So pre-flop, we're supposed to call 90% of the time and 3-bet only a small percentage. And then we go to the flop. What happened here? We are supposed to check back most of the time. I do that if it was like against the middle position or low position opener. Because you want to just pot control, you want to build a big pot with a jack. But I assumed against the blind, we would c-bet this. Apparently not. Apparently not. So yeah, Charlie, I play GT Poker cash games every Friday night. Russian Cash Friday, always a fun stream. And I play as well tournaments. But I'm not streaming that as much lately, but I will hope to do more in the future of those as well. This is easy fold. And we have 3 deuce offsuit. Let me check the settings here. Is that an easy way? Oh, thanks for the follow, Charlie. Good to see you, and hope to see you as well. One of my newer next streams. Hands, so we can choose the hands. Well, this way we filter out the worst, right? Would be useful. I mean, we still have some crap in some positions, but yeah, let's do this. Tante's drill is updated. We only have we removed some crap from the decisions. That's worth the barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Ace 4 suited, 60 big blinds versus the cutoff. Of course we play, and I think it's mostly a call again. I wouldn't be surprised if we can raise here, because again, the later the opener is, the more we 3-bet, right? Against under the gun we fully call, and against the cutoff we'll probably raise a bit. Bailey says call, Yatante says raise. I'll wait for another response. If not, I will decide. All in! I don't think we need to go all in here ever. Yo-yo also. Okay, we're racing. We're racing. 30% of the time. That's okay. 67 call. It's a mixed play. Both are totally fine. We can check back here, I guess. The thing is, we need to protect a little bit here. So yeah, it's check or small bet. Maybe 25% or check back. I think those are the options here. We have the eels on the radio, chat. Love of the loveless. What do you guys think? Check back here with ace-4 suited. We have the runner's hearts, which is pretty good. We have lots of playability on the turn. If there comes a heart and ace-4. I kind of like a small bet, but we were wrong last time when I did bet the jack, right? That was against the small blind. This is against the cutoff. Bit tighter ranges. Cutoff opens 30% of hands or something. Okay, most people say chat. Chat. Do you say chat? Check. Go back for the check. Alright. It's not the most favorable option. Apparently we should bet there. We do like the ace. I want to bet here. Always. I mean, there's so much we can get value from. He will have some diamonds once in a while. He can get value from an ace, from a 6, from an 8. I learned that it's often when 50% is never totally wrong, but I learned that it's often 33 or 75 or something like that, or overbets. You don't see 50% a lot, but it's an option here. I'm leaning towards 75. But if Bailey and Tante say half pot, I'll go with that. Cat is the boss. Any other suggestions? We have 2 pair against the cutoff. We check back the flop, so his range is still pretty wide. I kind of like it. Let's bet 50%. 9% of the time. We will check this, chat. We will check what the best sizing was. Otherwise, we don't learn, right? We have to check what's the better play than what we did. And then on the river, the 6 is very bad for us. Because now we don't have 2 pair anymore. Well, we do have aces and 6s now. We don't beat his ace 10 or something. I think it's a very easy decision. What do you guys think? I didn't want to say it immediately. Give you guys some time to think. But it's not about him having a 6. It's not about him having a 6 too much. It's more about can we get called by worse here? What worse hands are calling me here? A 6 beats us, and an ace 9 and better beat us as well right now. Because they will play aces and 6s with a 9 kicker, and we will play aces and 6s with an 8 kicker. Our 4 doesn't play anymore. So we only have an 8 kicker. It's on the board. So our top pair is just a bluff catcher now. So that's why I think it's a check back. If it wasn't a 6, if it was a 3 or a king or whatever, I would go for small value here for sure. But I think because of that, and not the, he has some 6s. I mean, we just checked the flop, right? So he could still call the turn with the 6. Not that many though. Not that many. I'm not too scared of the 6. It's just about can we get called by worse here? Not that much. He might hero us with like pocket 10s or something. What's he heroing us with? You know, stuff. Check back. Okay, phew. You got that right. You got that right. Yo, Lucito, welcome to the stream. Let's play a couple more, then I'll take a small break to host the marbles. Okay, so just now we learned that big blind defense very wide against a small blind. But not as wide as Queen Deuce offsuit that I called with. This is similar type of hand. Also pretty bad. I think 10-9 offsuit is a call though. I think it's like one of the best hands we fold. But you guys are you guys are surprising me so far. So I think 10-9 offsuit is a call. I think 10-8 suited is a call. So it's one of the best hands we fold if we fold, or it's a call. One of the two. Yitante says call. 108? What's 108? Yo-Yo says fold. Maybe would fold. Of course, this is a pretty crappy hand. The only situation where we would play this one is against the small blind. And we have position post-flop. That's also important to notice here. That's why we can play a little looser than you might expect. But I'd also fold. It's a call. It's 100% call. Who said call? Je tante, well done. Jack 9 suited on the button. Mostly call, I think. Maybe never 3-bet. It's just fine. Yeah. 10-8 offsuit the new aces. You learned it here first, je tante. You learned it here first. Jack 9 suited. You're gonna call. Alright, 96%. Good. We have a runner straight and flush draw. I think I bet here. I think this is a no-brainer c-bet. We have only Jack 9 high. We cannot win the showdown often. We have lots of playability. I think we c-bet here. Mostly also because of the runner draws. I mean, a 7, a spade, a 10. There's so many good turns. And I don't think we need to go big here either. I think it's third bet here. Third pot. I'm always waiting a little bit. Maybe some people want to think about it, give an opinion in chat.
Do a barrel roll.
Yo!
Unstoppable.
Flushy! Yo, man. Welcome to the study stream. How was your study stream? I learned you were also studying some poker. I didn't expect you so early, mate. I didn't expect you so early, but thanks for the raid. Thanks so much. Yeah, you can continue studying here if you want. GTO Wizard is in the house. We are doing some pre-flop in-position training here. And we might mix it up a bit later. And we're also going to play some games later on. So thank you so much, Flushy. Great talk yesterday as well. I really want to thank you for reaching out. Always good talks with you. I hope you learned something. What did you guys focus on in the study? Hand history reviews or something? I'm not really doing hand history reviews. We are just training random spots. But that also can be very fun. Okay, I see bet here. This is a spot where we caught the cutoff pre. We can check raised. Interesting, chat. This is interesting. Some video couldn't be played, by the way. Sorry for that. Some video got skipped. We can check raise, chat. Do we continue here at Jack 9 suited? We are not super deep, but we are deep-ish. And we get decent pot odds as well. 6 blinds to call in 18. That means we get 4-1. So we need to realize our equity 4-1. I know how that works. 20% of the time. Yeah, 3-1 is 25. So 20% equity needed only. I think it's a call as well. I agree with Bailey. Plus, she did an introduction on Poker Strategy Equilab. Nice. I have that as well. And of course, I do some maths with it as well. We're going to analyze some hands in the future. We did some basic explanations. Okay, cool. Sounds very professory, Flushy. well done. Yo, HTC. How you doing? Yeah, I think we can call here, chat. The pot odds are great. Getting 4-1. We still have lots of playability. So I think we call. 58%. I'm interested to see what the other plays are there, but we can see that immediately. This setting, it just plays on first. Then the turn, the cutoff checks to us. We don't really want to get check raised again, right? With this hand. I think with the jack, with the 9 hit on the turn, we check back here for pot control. To be fair, the board is super wet and super annoying. There's super annoying rivers coming in, right? But still, I think we prefer bluff catching the river or just checking back with the 9 here. The check raise flop, I mean, what did I do that with? You can have some sets that try to check raise again. They can have some ace 8, 7, 8 type hands. 6, 7 maybe. Pocket 10s, pocket jacks, certainly likely. Jacks we block, of course. I'd lean to a check back here, chat. Any opinions? Yo, broodje. Thank you. We are doing a small study session here today. So I was not in the mood to play some MTTs. I am in the mood for some games later on, so stick around for some punk and other games we might enjoy. Song requests are enabled, everybody. Get your songs in the queue. Hit the follow button if you like what you're seeing. Anybody agree? I'm gonna check back here. If we do need protection, but I think we don't want to build a big pot here. And we don't want to get check raised. Then we have to fold our top pair, because that's gonna be too strong, I think. Gonna check here. Jesus, man. At least I'm learning, chat. We're gonna go over this hand after it's done. The river, we gotta fold here. The ace is not great. We do beat some bluffs. Damn, I could see a bluff catch here, though. I could see him check raise the flop with all kinds of draws that have missed now, right? But 5-7 already flops a straight. 7-9 hits the 9. But the straight draws are not really betting the river a lot here. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold. We might have misplayed every street here. But it's marbles time, chat. This is the last hand before break. I'm gonna quickly go over the strategy that we're supposed to have here. Because we fucked that up. So let's learn from that. I'm gonna fold this river. Okay, at least that's correct. And now we go over the history for a bit. Zoom out. So pre-flop was fine. Flop was fine. Okay, we didn't play that bad. So flop, I bet 33%. That is totally fine, but GTO does some checking and some larger betting as well. Roughly 1/3 check, 1/3 what we did, and 1/3 55% flop. That's fine. It's just fine to bet here. Okay. And then the turn, we made our biggest mistake apparently. Ace 8 offsuit raises here, but it's not. And we'll call 58% of the time, yeah, and fold 40%. Okay. But we're supposed to fold sometimes here too. That's okay. I guess that's okay. I would always call, but apparently that's a little too loose. And then river. Turn, sorry. No, the turn was the mistake. There we go. We're supposed to bet here, chat. So we do need to protect our hand a bit more than I anticipated. No check back for pot control. We do need to bet here. GTO bets small on this turn, always. 96% of the time. I call that always. So that's interesting. Let's keep that in mind. Still, you need to protect your hand. I'm gonna pick a new drill for the second part of the study session. Changing my game back to poker. Maybe some 3-bets from the blinds. And then some post-flop stuff as well, probably attached to that. Let's do that. And if I edit this, it's probably good to remove some crappy hands as well here. Even though we 3-bet loose from the blinds, we will not 3-bet all this crap, right? It seems about right to just ignore this part. We will train all the useful hands, right? I mean, there might be some hands we miss here, but perfectly fine. And you can all customize this. It's pretty cool. Also, GTO Wizard, you can also analyze your played hands. And I'm doing this now for a couple weeks, and it will show you your biggest mistakes that you played. So that's a pretty cool way to learn. Just import your hand histories, and it will show you. Exclamation mark GTO to get your own copy. Let's start the training. Let's zoom in. There you go. All right. Some pre-flop 3-betting or not, you know, that's the question, of course. We are in the blinds for all these hands. I'm gonna go over the easy ones pretty quickly. We fold king 5 off. It goes automatically, yeah, goes automatically to the next one. Cheers, chat. Welcome to the stream. Happy to be here. I didn't really plan to stream today, but it's nice to be back here. It's nice to be out here. No delay is always fun. Gonna have a fun night together. First some serious poker, later some not so serious games. Under the gun opens here. Interesting. This is already pretty interesting, chat. We could jam here. We could call here. I think both are reasonable options. If it was cutoff or hijack, I would jam all the time. Button and small blind as well. Very jammable. Against under the gun, it might not be needed. I mean, look at this open range, right? That's lots of suited aces we dominate, but in terms of the offsuit variant, and it's 3/4 of his range. Keep that in mind. It's opening ace 10 a bit, and then ace jack and better, right? We have some fold equity, of course, still. I don't think we raise small here ever. I think you mean jam, Pilates? I'm leaning towards jam as well, but I'm just giving some information that it would be easier jam against the later positions. And it's not so clear against the under the guns. But it's ace jack suited. We probably have decent equity always. We have an ace blocker, so he has ace queen and ace king a little bit less often. I wouldn't be surprised if we go all in. Pilates agrees. Anybody else have an opinion? Then we go all in. Okay. Not gonna wait too long because might be. Oh, it's a fold. It's a call. Wow. It's a call. I gave the reasons why already. It's a call. We only jam ace queen suited, I think. Interesting. Ace jack offsuit, I think we call all in. Against the cutoff, this must be strong enough. 10 blinds. We all have 10 blinds here in this scenario. Of course, it's a little artificial. You'll never have those exact spots, right? But it gives you a good idea about ranges, about minimum calling ranges, and I think this is good enough. Yeah, I'd call as well. We are a team, Pilates. Extend. Yeah. The button jams 8 blinds. It looks closer than it is closer than it looks, I think. But we fold, I believe. But this is gonna be a super wide jamming range, right? I think 10-9 suited is a call. Every Broadway is a call. Every ace, every king. Some suited connectors, but yeah, this is probably a fold. Yep. Okay, we are doing okay so far. The only mistake so far was ace jack for 20 blinds. We defend against under the gun. We don't jam. Button jams for 7. We have 9-8 suited. Looks nice, but it's just an all in here. What do you think, chat? Do we call this or fold? I just settled about suited connectors. I know what I'm leaning towards. 9-8 suited for 7 blinds. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's very close. I think 10 jack suited we go for. So 10-9 suited might be border, and then we fold this. We all say fold. All right, it's a fold. Yeah, it doesn't show the range immediately. If you want to know the exact range, let me know. Then I can look it up. But 10 jack suited there was a call. I'm pretty sure. But that was correct again. Well done, chat. The cutoff gems for 5. Lots of small stack situations here, but it's random. They will get deeper spell. Oh, it's not random. Apparently we are playing 5 blinds all the time here or something. We fold this. Let me look at the settings and let's also do deep stack stuff. Oh no, stack any. This is just random. It's just random. It was just coincidence that we got all the short stacks. Yeah, fold. Okie doke. Good stuff. Song requests are enabled all night long, everybody. Exclamation mark SR. Yo-Yo came up with this awesome tune. The marble race for next hour is also loaded. Exclamation mark play in chat. This is interesting. Cutoff opens all in for 12. We have a6 offsuit in the small blind. I'm folding, I think. Plushies is fold. Blats is fold. Yeah, it might not be that easy. What we call here, ace-10. I wish it showed me every time what the answer is. It's not that hard to find, but it's not immediately showing. But hey, that's okay. We want to move on as well. Fold is correct. Fold. You're full of it, Tante. Queen 7 suited. Small blind versus hijack. Lots of short stack stuff, huh? But it's random. It is all stacks. Yeah. Default. If you think it's annoying that I wait a little bit, but I have to wait for chat and there's a little bit delay. Yeah, probably close, yeah. I agree. How hard is it to look this up? I mean, guys mentioned it, then I want to see it, right? This is the range. My zoom function cannot handle this. King 9 suited. Queen 9 suited is just a fold, but it's close. That's the best hand we fold is Queen 9 suited. So there we go. Next one. This is the same one. It was close-ish. It was Queen 10 suited, King 9 suited. Deep stack solution here. King Queen in the small blind. My instinct says immediately, let's raise this. I prefer to 3-bet here than to call. I just learned though, not like 5 minutes ago, but last week that we should bet way more in the small blind than I thought so. So I think I'm 3-betting the right ranges, but I'm not calling enough. Things like King 7 suited, Queen 8 suited, Queen 9 suited, you can flat in the small blind, even though we're out of position. So that is a leak in my game that I can just be a loser. Plushy says flat. Pilate says call. Okay, you don't agree with me. Yeah, we can't be friends anymore. I think it's a raise, mostly. Might be mixed. There's also a dice here, but I don't really want to use RNG here. I just want to make a play that we have to do the most. Hey, I hope you guys are right. I've been wrong before. 14% raise. You guys are right. But I should stop 3-betting King Queen against under the gun. Makes sense. I learned, chat. And now we did 3-bet, so I want to c-bet here. This should not happen too often because we made a mistake pre-flop. But now we did 3-bet. I think this board favors the 3-better more than the caller. So we want to c-bet here. Yeah, King Queen suited for sure. I go 25% here. That's okay. 50% of the time. So usually when the board pairs, it's better for the caller. But under the gun doesn't have too many 8s in his range. Under the gun has lots of ace-x in his range. Not too many flush draws because he blocked the king high flush. So you can only have the queen, high, flush, and lower flush draw. That's interesting. Yo, Tarnum, good evening. Fun stream yesterday, mate. Yo, Lord Wincelot, good evening. Welcome, everybody. We are doing some GTO Wizard training tonight. We are in the second hour of that. We will play some games from 10 o'clock in 30 minutes. So we can survive this training hour, right? I think we can. Together we can survive, yeah. Yeah, King Queen suited 3-bet fold. Yeah. I suppose. And I think King Queen offsuit 3-bet against late position, right? Almost always. I was just not putting into account enough that we were under the gun, which is very important, obviously. I'm blaming my sleep deprivation. And the fact that I've been in the Tour de France all week. No, I don't have to use excuses. I think we check here, chat. Long story short. Because the under the gun caller has so many ace 10, ace 9, ace jack, ace queen. Some 8s. I mean, more than we have probably. 8-9 suited. We probably flat ace 9 suited pre, right? And 7-8 suited as well. We never 3-bet it probably. I'm leaning towards a check here. Gonna have to retire soon, chat. We have to barrel that 8. We have to barrel that 8 because we still have better ace x and the range advantage against under the gun apparently. It's a 3-better. We can't call here. But it's already out of GTO land because we were supposed to bet the turn. Gonna look at this spot, chat. Give me a second. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to make excuses. It's not relevant. The fact that we're trying to learn is already great. I'm gonna check this hand for a little bit. We zoom out and we see that pre-flop. The pre-flop strategy, small blind versus under the gun, looks like this. We do indeed 3-bet king queen suited, king jack suited, ace 10 suited plus. We flat king queen off and ace jack off, king jack off. I would fold king jack off. Small blind versus under the gun, I'd fold king jack off, but that's not a big mistake. That's fine. Ace 10 off as well. Probably fine to just fold. Queen jack off as well. We do 3-bet sometimes with these suited connectors. But we have some 8s. That helps, right? Then I thought we have no 8s, but we do have 8s on that turn. It's interesting. Yeah, king queen suited, king jack suited. Good to remember. And then we go to the flop. For a little bit, because I'm curious why that turn is... Yeah, flop was fine. If we 3-bet, we c-bet on the ace high board. Pretty standard. And I assumed after they called, they had 7s, by the way. It's funny that they show the hand for this instance. It doesn't really matter. We're playing GTO against the range, but in this case he had 7s, so yeah, we can bluff that away, of course, on the turn. If we would have known that, would have been a bit easier. Yeah, so on the turn, I checked. It was a mistake. We should bet 75% most of the time. That really surprises me. This is what the range looks like. We should bet on the turn. You can already see how awesome this software product is, right? We're not going to dive into it in too much detail right now because it's too much information for most people. But I'm aware of that. But you can see how cool this is. You can see range advantage. In terms of equity, it's clear. It's a tie. Wow, we both have 50% equity. But we can see, for example, the gun has more full houses, more trips, more quads, more under pairs, more third pairs. We have more top pairs, but only a little bit more. So you can investigate how GTO comes to their strategies. Right? Yo, GTO85, welcome. Okay, we analyzed that for a little bit, and now we're gonna play on. You can help us in chat by answering what you think is the best call, or best decision, I should say. So requests are enabled. Cutoff opens. We are in the big blinds. Well, we defend, obviously. But what is our 3-bet range here? This might be interesting to think about. GTO lost to 3-bet ace-5 suited. I'm not sure if it also includes ace-4 suited here. But I'm pretty sure this is at least a good defense most of the time.
Do a barrel roll.
Hey, Tonen! Payment for all the
Payment for all
advertising.
the advertising you did. Tarnum 1 love Questje cheers.
I would do it for free as well, but I appreciate the sub. 25 months. Holy crap. Thanks for your continued support, mister. Tarnum J in the house, everybody. Give them a follow if you like some chess, if you like some Trackmania, Scribble, good music, bad jokes, cheap beer. He's your man. Can we get a shout out for Tarnum J in the chat? Oh, is the sub train broken? Oh, that's so annoying. Sorry for that. I don't know what is going on though. Oh, token expired. Why doesn't it tell me that? Oh, yeah, good advice. I must hide my screen for the token to... Thank you so much for hiding for reminding me. I needed to re-enable some Lion board stuff. Now it should be working again. All right. It took a while. Can I start a train? I guess I can. Sorry for the delay there, but I just wanted to let the train drive. After Yatanta subbed earlier, we have now Yatarnum in the train. Okay, cool stuff. I'll contact Twitch for a refund. You can ask though. I'm very curious to see what they will say.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, it doesn't have your profile picture in the first wagon. I couldn't do that on the fly. There's no way. But I'm sure you'll forgive me. At least the train is there. We are gonna call here ace-4 suited. And I think we have no leads here. We could check raise this one. What do you guys think? Check is good. Okay, cool. So do we want to check raise here? That's the question. We do have the runner flush draw. We do have the runner straight flush draw even. I think we call at least with those with that equity we have. Choo-choo indeed, Lord. I wouldn't be surprised if it's check raise sometimes, but we'd rather check raise as a bluff. Something like queen high, you know, some gut shots, some straight rolls, maybe some 7-8. Things with equity but no showdown value. And ace-4 has showdown value. So I'm leaning towards call, but always good to check if you should raise sometimes. Based on your chip stack and the villain bet, you have to call. Why? Explain to us why. I mean, do you mean that if we're shorter, we can bluff all in sometimes? Maybe, sure, but probably not often. If we're more deep, we can call wider, probably. I mean, we're not that short. We have 50 big blinds. But I agree with calling here. But I don't know if the reasoning is super sound, but hey, we're here to learn a bit. I smell barbecue outside. Or something is on fire. Or both. Okay, nobody's really going for check raise or doesn't care. We got a call. 0% call, chat. We gotta look it up. We can look this range up after the hand. So now we're out of GTO, so we cannot get feedback on our play anymore. Goes check. We're gonna check again here. We have some showdown value, but We also cannot get feedback here, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we cannot bluff catch this, I think. It's good that we unblock spades, but still folding. Yeah, they don't. This blue means he does. GTO bot doesn't know. We have no clue. But I want to see that flop strategy for a little bit. Always good to reiterate what do we 3-bet then on the flop. Oh, it's just a fold? Really? Wow, that surprises me. That probably surprises chat as well, right? The big blind here. He was gambling. He had the bottom of his range, you mean, Lord Wincelot. I don't think the GTO bot really gambles a lot. Queen 5 suited is the standard open on the button. He just c-bet. But he had the bottom of his range, that's for sure. Yeah, it surprised me as well. So on the flop, this is not what I wanted to see. Want to see this? I don't know, Harm. Goedenavond. How you doing? This is a very complicated strategy. But the bottom line is here, with suited aces, we only continue with the spades. And we fold the hearts. See? Goes for all these small aces suited. We all fold them. Small continuation bet of 3 blinds. Yeah, we already had that part. I don't know if that's your suggestion or what do you mean? It made you watch out of the books. Villain is a GTO bot, Lord Wencelot. Villain is unbeatable. The only thing we can do is also try to be GTO, so we break even against them. That's the game here. They bet half pot. That's pretty standard. You never really want to bet large here. I think. Well, I mean, it's a little wet, but half pot is not weird. But I am a little surprised that we don't call here. So we learned something. We can try to summarize this. This is too wide, and we should continue only with the direct flush draws and not the runner flush draws in this case. With some better aces we do, right? If we have ace 10 suited of hearts, then we continue for sure. Yep, that's true. The ace 10 is a pair. Ace 8 suited. Ace 8 suited from hearts also folds, but calls a little bit. Then we add some more calls there. Okay. We shouldn't dive too much in detail here. It's tough. Next hand. Rhythm of the night. Big blind versus a small button open. Yeah, I think we defend here. Even though we're a little short, 24 blinds left, this is good enough to defend. Getting 4.5 to 1 or something. Let's defend. 100%, alright. 7-7-4. Peter would call, yeah, 69. Good spot, Peter Pilatus. Well spotted. 69. We often start with a check, but we have some leads sometimes, right? So on this board, against a super small c-bet, which makes sense with the SBR we have, this is not playable enough, I think. We don't have any direct draws. Again, we have the runner draws, but even no high. I mean, we only have 9 high right now. And do we have more 7s than our opponents? I think so. So we can just to make him sweat. If you're playing against humans, all that shit makes sense, Lord. But it doesn't really make sense against GTO, right? I don't think he's gonna sweat. But I like your thinking. And I'd rather check raise small and or fold than call here. I mean, what's our plan on the turn? You know, I mean, I think I like a small raise here, to be honest. We do have more 7s, I think. Because the button is not going to open Queen 7 off, Jack 7 off, Jack 6 off, 7, 9 off. He's not going to open all these. And some of these we do defend. We defend all suited 7s. So we have more trips than our opponent, that's for sure. And he has a wide range, so I'm going to attack it and raise. Alright, that's correct. Woohoo! Well, I don't know how to continue this story, but it's a good flop raise apparently. They stick around though. I think we continue, and we still have a way out because I don't want to jam here. It's ridiculous. The problem here that he's gonna call with an ace probably, right? Especially with the double paired board. People just really are sticky with an ace and they shoot. It's a GTO bot, so I mean, but he's gonna stick around with an ace a lot. Maybe we could go like 7 blinds, fold to rolling. What do you guys think, chat? The check raise on the flop was correct. Now we have to decide how often we continue the turn. We don't have an 8 or not an 8 or a spade or a 9. We have so much good cards that can come for us. This is not the one. Not because we don't have any 4s. Because we have more 4s and more 7s than the button. Just because I think he's gonna bluff catch us too often. Now I'm gonna go with bet here. We do have more full houses than he has. Yeah, that's wrong. But it might be just the wrong bet sizing. We will check this. Oh god. We jam it on the river. We only have 42% left of the pot. What can we make him bluff away here? An ace? Pocket 6s? What calls flop and turn? Like ace highs, 6s, 5s, maybe 8s, 9s. Probably don't. I would be too scared to put it in here. But hey, we'll check it out in the replay. Okay, Pilates goes all in. We're gonna go with the guts of Pilates, chat. Jam it in. Fold your 8s. Did he fold? What's going on? Yeah, he folded.
Congratulations, you are the winner.
He folded King Queen High. Interesting, chat. I want to look at that for a little bit. So we go back to the flop. Pre-flop was fine. Flop check raise was fine. Then we go to the turn, and there we decided. What did we do? Yeah, we bet flop, and then we check raise. We check raise flop because the king queen suited with the hearts, and then I decided to bet, and this is fine. No, it's not fine. 0%. But we do bet sometimes. Check 77% of the time. Kind of surprises me that we don't bet so often there. But then on the river, we are supposed to send it. Oh no, we're not. We just made him fold in this situation, Pilates. But we're not supposed to jam. We're supposed to check and give up. That's funny. In this scenario, though, in this case, we made him fold King Queen. Okay. And thanks for being here, everybody. 15 more minutes of this GTO training. I know it's a little intense, or how do you say? Mentally draining. I mean, it's even for me. So 15 more minutes, then we're going to play some games. He did not have an ace. That's correct, Lord. But it's all about the ranges, of course. In this situation, they had King Queen, but they will have so many other hands in their range, right? Couple more hands, chat. We can do this. King 5 offsuit. Easy fold. Let's fold. Let's continue. Yeah, correct. La, 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 la. King 6 in the big blind against the button. We had a similar spot earlier where I called Queen Deuce, and that was too loose. But I'm pretty sure this is not Toulouse. And I don't mean the city in France. Toulouse! I think we defend here. It's tough to play post-flop, but we have to. Yep. Call 100%. We flop top pair, and I just go into check call mode here. I mean, we don't want to build a big pot. We just want to bluff catch. Especially on this board, I think we just check call. We check back. Then the question becomes, do we bet the turn or the river? I think I prefer betting the turn after they check back the flop. They will have some queen x, some jack x. They will have some gut shots. Things like jack 10. They will have some queen 10, queen 9, you know, those type of hands. You don't want to give them a free card. I think we have the best hand a lot. Bet sizing. Pilates goes for 33. Yeah, why not? It's not that wet. I'm gonna go 33 as well. Anybody else, if you want to play along with us, just tell what you want to do in this spot in chat, and we'll take it into consideration. Blind versus the button here. Check on the flop. I think we should bet the turn a lot here with flop pair. The volume of the music a little bit. Alright, 33%. 8%. Okay, it might be the wrong sizing. It might still be the fine ID. The button folds. I want to know what the preferred action should have been. On the turn. Bet larger, okay. So mostly bet is the fine ID here. We still check 30%, but we bet 70% of the time, and we bet mostly, what's really mixed, but we bet mostly 83% of the time. And often this comes down to a combination of nut advantage and wetness of the board, right? Bet size and stack depth. We're not that deep though here. But these combinations make up bet sizings, roughly. Do you have nut advantage? Do you have, what's the SPR? How can you manipulate the size of the pot so you have a good sizing on the river left? Or how many streets are there that's relevant? Position also matters. Out of position you want to go larger, in position you want to go smaller. And I forgot one that I already mentioned, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, wetness of the board. So do you need protection? How wet is the board? How many draws are there? That all these factors make up bet sizing. I think it's interesting that it's large here. I would expected it to be lower. But it doesn't tell me why, Seti. GTO bot doesn't tell me why this bet size is perfect. So we have to analyze that ourselves. Okay, next hand. Oh, I was already zoomed in. Zoned in and zoomed in, chat. King 5 offsuit. This is an all-in situation. 3 blinds. 3 blind all-in on the cutoff. Super wide ranges. King is probably good enough. But can we fold ever here? We might not be able to fold ever, but the king is definitely good enough. Let's continue. Yeah, correct, Pilates. Lavendel by Cliff Richard. This seems pretty easy. 8 blind all in. Call the king queen, no brainer. Next hand. We are dominated though, that's sad. This is a bit more close against under the gun. For 9 blinds. Yo, Brazilian Don, good evening. This is a bit more close, but I think for 9 we can call here. Yeah. 20 blind jam might be able to get away. But for 9 blinds, we call as well. Welcome to the stream, Brazilian. Tarnum always has good tunes. In general, our community has a pretty good taste in music, in my opinion. Call 100%, let's go. As you can see, by the way, this GTO score 85% in 27 moves. See how easy it is to get 85 or 90%? Even though we made some pretty big mistakes, apparently, you know? Gotta get it to 90, right? The question here is, do we ever bluff fold, 3-bet fold here from this stack size? If the answer is yes, we can raise small here. But I think with ace king off, I prefer to just jam it. Like force fold equity. You don't really want to go to 7 or 5 and then, I mean, miss the flop and go oppose. I mean, with aces I would like to, and with some bluffs maybe, right? Some king 9 suited that we can check, we can bet fold. We can also jam all our pocket pairs here for 25. A lot of aces, and we kind of need to protect that range a bit by also jamming ace king. I think I'm gonna jam ace king here. I think we need to be a bit deeper to 3-bet small often. So Pilatus agrees. Yep, 100%. Not even a small amount. 3-bet small. All in. Good stuff. Yeah, 4 offsuit. All right, sir. Yeah, 10-9 off. So we probably include 10-9 suited. I'd complete here. But 10-9 off is an easy fold. Let's go all in chat, everybody. Let's do it. We can play poker at 2 fronts here. Away from me. Ace 5 offsuit here against the 9 blind, jamming the cutoff. Wow, I think this is closer than it looks. Against the button, we go with every ace, I think. Against the cutoff, I think it's close. I'm leaning towards call. I mean, there's lots of Broadways, right? Every ace, lots of king 7 suited, jack 10 suited. Against all those hands, we do pretty well with ace 5. But of course, we'll also be dominated sometimes. But yeah, I'd say call as well. Yep. Six 4 suited, easy fold. We'll end with one interesting spot, chat. If there's one interesting spot, we'll dive into it a bit more, and then it will be the end of this hour. This is not super interesting. I think this is a pretty standard call, especially because it's only 6 blinds. For 10, I think it's a fold against the hijack. But I think for 6, I think we go with every Broadway, but it's gonna be close. Pilatus folds. I think it's the worst handout call. I think I'd fold queen 9 off. I fold jack 10 off. Yeah, it's call. Can we look at that range? Is that the last interesting spot of the hour? We are disagreeing. We were disagreeing, so let's look at it.
Hello.
That's shortcut for hello. Queen 10 pre-flop against the hijack. So the hijack jams this range. Every pair, every suited ace, king 5 suited, every ace, king 9 off. And what did I say? Did I literally say queen 10 off is bottom and jack 10 off is fold? Sometimes I know what I'm doing, chat. Or I'm just lucky this time. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Jack 10 offsuit is bottom here. Queen 10 offsuit is bottom here. That's for 6 blinds, right? So for 8 or 9 or 10 blinds, this falls off and we fold. Never a big mistake to call there. And never a big mistake in game to fold there. Because most of the population probably jams to too tightly for 6 blinds. So let's look at the hijack jamming range one more time. So do you jam King 5 suited for 6 blinds? I'm not sure if I would, and I probably should. That's how we're learning. I'd go for King 8 suited, King 7 suited, somewhere there. And I understand we jam all the suited Broadways and all the Broadways and all the pairs and all the aces. But my leak would be that I might not jam all these suited kings. And if you talk about exploitation, your opponents also call too tightly, probably. People are calling stations post-flop in a deep stack situation, but people are not calling jams too often pre, I think. We might have more fold equity, so we can definitely add these suited kings in as a jam. That's something to remind us for, I think. Awesome. We learned something today, chat. It's hard to summarize, though, and I'm a little too tired to try to do that. I do remember the ace-jack suited against under the gun. It's not a jam for 20 blinds if we are in the big blind. I remember the king-queen. That's not a 3-bet. The king-queen offsuit. Also against under the gun. And that made sense. Totally makes sense. But it's also good that we learned from that. We did some push fold stuff. Yo, Kiribas. Good evening, mate. I am on no delay today. We are playing some. We were studying some poker